Hello and welcome back to Gator Theories, and today it is a Thursday, which means it's a tier list day, and today I thought we'd do a Modern Family tier list as well. Our Modern Family videos on TikTok have been blowing up, so if you haven't checked them out, make sure you go to our TikTok page and check them out. There's a link in the description, or scan the code on screen right now to go over there. But without further ado, let's get straight on with this tier list. Okay, so here is the tier list. So we've got our categories. I want to be the character, which is our top tier. Obviously, we all wish we could embody some of these characters. We'll get on to them. I don't want to give any spoilers away. Then we have great characters who are top-notch characters, then we have good characters, then we have average, and then we have can't believe this character was in the show. I'm feeling like we're not going to have any in the bottom rows because I love Modern Family too much, but I know for some of you that there definitely will be some of those characters in there. So if you want to do this tier list, we will leave a link in the description to it as well if you want to give it a go, and then send us them and we'll try and respond to them to as many as possible of you. But anyway, let's get on with my tier ranking. So first one on our list, we have Alex Dunphy. Now Alex, I feel, is hard done by the show sometimes, especially by her brother and sister, but Alex is actually a really good character. She adds a dynamic to the show of that really smart person element, and some of the lines she comes out with are really witty, are really clever. For me, I'm gonna have to put Alex Dunphy as I'm gonna say good character. I think towards the end they kind of made it more like Haley than they needed to. I think if they'd really stuck to that smart path and carried on where it was more that, then I think towards the latter seasons, then she would have been a great character. But for me, good character. Then we come to Cam. Oh, he has some cracking lines. Some of the body language that comes from Cam is incredible. For me, he's a great character straight away. I think he's awesome. He really brings that dynamic, a bit of that silly side to the show, and he also brings that tough side, and I really love the character. I think he's hilarious. Okay, moving on to Claire. Claire is, I'd say, the weakest of the Dunphy family. She has some good moments, she has some bad moments, she has some very funny moments, as do all the characters in the show. But for me, she is the weakest of the Dunphy. I mean, the Dunphy family, incredible, all the characters, but for me, she's the weakest, so I'm going to also put her in good. Okay, then we come on to Dylan. Dylan. I still don't think he should have ended up with Haley in the show, but there you go. That's where the writers went. But we did get to see a progression with him and Haley from when they were teenagers to like now full-on adults. For me though, Dylan is going to be a good character. Okay, on to everyone's favourite Colombian. It is Gloria. She has some incredible lines in the show. She has some really funny moments. She's also very scary moments, but she is a quality character. For me, she just misses out on I Wanna Be, but I'm going to put her as great. Okay, then we come on to Haley. Now, I might be slightly biased because if you've seen our TikTok, as I mentioned at the start, our Haley Iconic series is absolutely smashing it over there. So I may be a little biased, but for me, Haley has to be one of the funniest characters in the show. She has some of the best lines to ever come from the show, most quotable lines. And just generally, she had a really good story arc throughout the series. We saw her go from being a kid all the way to being a mum herself, and the changes she goes through and the struggles she has. She doesn't have it easy, does she? But we've all had moments where we can relate to Haley. She has some of the best moments in the show. So for me, Haley is I wanna be Haley. You know, that's the character we're gonna put in there. Okay, moving on to the grandfather of the family, the top dog, and he also loves his dog. Of course, it is Jay. Jay gives some wise words of wisdom throughout the show. Has some very funny moments. Obviously, we get to see his relationship with Stella more than anything. His dog, which is really nice to see. For me, he's just that lovely father figure, and for me, I'm going to put him as a great character. Then we come on to Joe. Now, Joe has a disadvantage to the rest of the characters that he didn't come in till much later on, and the actor who plays him didn't come in till later on. He wasn't the original who played like the baby. But Joe, for a short time on the show in the final series, has some of the funniest lines and the cutest lines you're going to see in the show. And in fact, I think Series 11, he was probably the character that excelled the most. I mean, hilarious moments. I'm going to put him as good. Okay, moving on to Lily. Now, Lily, at the start of the show, when she's younger years is one of the funniest and best characters in the show. However, I think they just lost that magic the older she got. She got less airtime. They didn't really give her that many funny lines, and I think for me, Lily at the start would have been maybe a top tier character, but now I'm gonna say she is good. Okay, we then come on to everyone's favourite troublemaker, Luke Dunphy. He has some of the funniest lines in the show, especially the younger version of Luke. And as the older we get to see his progression on the show with his best mate Manny. For me, Luke has to be a great character. Then we come to Manny, the other half of Luke, really. Them two have a great friendship that builds up throughout the show, and Manny has just such a different life to most kids, doesn't he? He was so mature for his age, and it gave a really different perspective compared to all the other kids in the show. He has some of the funniest lines and some of the funniest storylines in the show. For me, Manny also has to be a great character. Then we come to Mitchell. Mitchell has he has some funny episodes, some other episodes not so good. Obviously, this story with him against birds, against the pigeon, I think is a really nice storyline that actually goes through the entire show. And obviously, some of the most iconic scenes, that one where he's Spider-Man for Halloween, is better than the Spider-Man movie. For me, Mitchell, though, is a good character. I just don't think he's quite up there for great. I think the level of inconsistencies with his character throughout the show, like some episodes he's amazing, some episodes he's not, is the reason I'm going to put him as good. And last but not least, it is of course Phil Dunphy. And if you don't want to be Phil Dunphy, I don't know what is wrong with you. This guy is amazing in the show. The character is hilarious. Some of the best moments of the show have been with Phil Dunphy. He's a magician. He's the dad you always wanted. He's so funny. Yeah, for me, Phil Dunphy has to be I wanna be. And there you go. That concludes today's tier list. Those are my findings. So I've got Phil Dunphy, Haley Dunphy in I Wanna Be. I've got Cam, I've got Gloria, Jay, Luke and Manny in great. I've got Claire, Alex, Dylan, Joe, Lily and Mitchell in good. None in average, and can't believe this character was in the show. We had none in there, but I'm sure you guys may have different lists to me. But if you do, make sure you tell us what you got in the comment section down below, or do this tier list for yourself. As I said, there's a link in the description, and send us them on any of our social medias, and we'll try and respond to as many of you as possible. But if you still want more Modern Family content, make sure you go over to our TikTok page. We literally do new Modern Family edits every single day, so if you want to go check that out, there's a link in the description, or as I said before, scan the code on screen, or just search Gated Theories and we'll come up. So make sure you go and head over there if you're a big Modern Family fan. If you're also a big Modern Family fan and want more content from our YouTube channel, there is a playlist with all of that in. But anyway, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and why not share it on social media so your friends can see. If you're new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button for more film and TV videos every week, including theories, top 10s, reviews, then and nows, and so much more every week. So you want to click that subscribe button. And if you still need more content from us, make sure you check out our reaction channel, Got Reacts, where we do daily reactions. There's a link in the description as well to that, as well as our TikTok. But anyway, I've been Lewis. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Thanks for watching, guys.